Yeah, wonderful people. Just a very quick one. I had heart-to-heart talk. The last time I had wanted to bring in a lawyer to explain further the position of the law regarding open grazing. Like I told you, we are mobilizing in earnest. All right, and I've kept the word. I've kept my promise and my own side of the bargain to sensitize the people and to go to any length to make sure we are doing the right thing. Someone called during my last radio broadcast and said that we might be breaking the law for calling for 1 million march and to end open grazing. That Nigerian constitution this, Nigerian constitution that. So we brought in a constitutional lawyer, a person that is abreast with the constitution, to clarify that. I went to his office and this is what he had to say.
My name is Max Osaka. I'm a legal practitioner. I practice, my offices are in Enugu and Abuja.
And what's your connection with the Legal Foundation? What's your relationship?
Okay, well, actually, I am the coordinator of the Legal Foundation. I'm also the chairman of the Abuja chapter. And at the same time, I am the coordinator of the ADF committee on anti-open grazing.
Okay. All right. Now you talked about anti-open grazing.
Yes.
There is this push for a bill, anti-open grazing bill, to be signed into law.
Yes.
What from your legal perspective, what is the implication? What is it all about? You want to get the legal background of that open grazing, anti-open grazing.
Okay, before I go to the legal background, let me state that as far back as 2016 or thereabout, there was this public hearing conducted by the National Assembly.
Okay.
The House of Reps, I think the House of Reps did theirs first, then the Senate. It was captioned curbing or stopping or curbing reducing incessant clashes between herdsmen and farmers. So they invited the various stakeholders on the subject of herdsmen and farmers clashes to go and address the committee and come here. So ADF presented a very powerful memorandum in which we explained the legal position and the position of the Southeast with regards to open grazing. Now, talking about the legal background to it, what we are saying in the anti-open grazing campaign is that the way open grazing is being conducted or carried out by the herders is against certain factors or principles which we hold dear. By way of a background, in Igboland in those days, the custom that we had and which we still have, because the presence of constitution and statutes have not eroded our culture and our native land custom, that's still there. So the point we are making is that if, for instance, you are a farmer that is into crop farming, and I am, for example, a farmer that is into livestock, I am obligated by native land custom to keep my goats, sheep, all that within an enclosure, or at least to tie it, tie a rope around them and keep them somewhere. In other words, to ensure that nothing makes my cattle or my livestock to move from where they are and stray into another person's premises or compound or farm. It is a taboo in Igboland, as far as we know, for any cattle farmer to allow his cattle to stray into another person's land, because cattle is wealth and then crop farming is also wealth. So it is not proper for your wealth to destabilize my own wealth, or for your business to incapacitate my own business. So we are saying that there should be a structure whereby those who are farming in cattle do not allow their cattle to stray and damage the crops of those who are farming. That's, in summary, is the basic essence of anti-open grazing.
Okay, now, since the drafted bill have been sent, what is the reaction or the body language of the government talking about Ali?
Well, unfortunately, we drafted the bill in 2018 and sent copies to the various houses of assembly in the Southeast, and included Delta State and Rivers, were also sent to the governors. They received it and did not do anything about it. It was only the Advert State Assembly that passed it and then sent it to the governor for his accent. Up until now, the governor hasn't accented to the bill. So in other words, it has not become law in Advert State. Then in 2020, this year, in January, we made a repeat effort of what we did before by sending the same bills to the speakers, the speakers, the governors, the majority leaders, blah, blah, blah. They have not responded either. So in other words, for some reason not yet clear to us, the governors are not, let's say, willing or not whatever. I don't know what word to use, I don't feel whatever. But the important is that they have not deemed it fit at this time to take the necessary steps to enable the House of Assembly to pass it into law. Because we are of the view that a bill of that magnitude and importance should be better presented as an executive bill by the executive arm of government to the various legislative houses in the states. But they've not done so.
What could be the factor that is militating? Is it a constitutional issue? Is the Constitution of Nigeria preventing them from signing such bill into law?
No, there's no way a constitution can prevent them. There's no law stopping them from passing such law, because if there were, why would previous state pass it? Previous state passed a very effective bill. Why would I think also the state pass it? So what is stopping about from passing it? So you see, it's not a legal issue, it's not a constitutional issue. It could probably be a political issue. And politics in that context is politics against the interest of the people. Because I did not tell you what people have been suffering in the hands of people who claim to be herdsmen or bandits or whatever, damaging people's farms, raping women, killing men, several instances. So the reason the governors are not willing to come boldly to enable this law to be passed beats my imagination and beats the imagination of the people.
All right, now there is a call for a march if they fail to sign it this time. Do you think it's an effective way to compel them to do so?
Well, the thing is this: we seem to forget the fact that government and those in government are meant to be serving the people. Okay? They are like our employees. My governor is the employee of the people of Enugu State. The president, for instance, is an employee of the people of Nigeria. So if I employ you, for instance, and say, do this, what I want you to do is in my interest as your employer. What right do you have to say you're not going to do it? But unfortunately, there is strict employment situation that we have here. We have a situation where we have elected them to represent us, and then they are not representing us. We will have to wait in a way until the next election comes to be able to exercise the rights to remove them from power. So because of that, but we know where the people wearing these shoes and we know where it's pinching us. Maybe it's not affecting them. I don't want to give you an example of what happens where I come from, where cattle will just stray into your farm, damage it, and where nothing happens. There was this instance in Imo State where cattle went to some in the community and damaged some crops, one thing gave rise to the other, and a couple of cows were alleged to be missing. And they were asking to pay compensation. For goodness sake, we're not against paying compensation per se, but when you pay compensation to the cattle owner, what have you done to the owner of the crops? Because what is good for the beast is good for the gander. So if the governors are not willing to do anything about it, we cannot continue to die and cross our legs. No. Survival is the first law of nature. We have to survive. You're damaging our farms. We can't go to the farms again. Like in my place, for instance, there's a place we call Advert, where people go to farm, they walk a long distance farm. They don't go there any longer. And I'm sure it's like that in almost all the all the communities in the southeast and south. They won't do the farm any longer. So in other words, in the next couple of months or years, there will be acute hunger in the land because people are not farming any longer. So we have to say, okay, let us get the people together to place a demand on the government that we are dying and we want you to rise up and protect us. You cannot be advancing or protecting the interest of cattle headers against the interest of the local farmers. And the thing is very simple. I can tell you authoritatively that there's no other place in the world cattle still run from place to place. I say cattle walking this major commercial street. Wow. Cattle walk up and down, even in front of the government house. There's this incident that was recorded some time ago where cattle strayed into a school and the students scattered and stopped schooling. What kind of madness is this? What kind of retrogressive lifestyle is this? It doesn't happen anywhere any longer. Therefore, if the governors have refused to see the reason to do the right thing, then we'll make them see the reason. We'll get together, we're making it, as a matter of fact, as I'm talking to you, we are mobilizing people to sign a petition online. We say, pass anti-open grazing law, pass the bill into law, that human lives matter. Of course, much more than cow. So pass it to the law. We're not saying don't go into cattle farming. Please go into cattle farming for goodness sake, but then ranches, establish ranches. And economically speaking and agriculturally speaking, it is said that cattle that are within a ranch they make better, they produce better meat and better milk than those that are. So what exactly is the essence of moving cattle from place to place? That is one question that Nigerians needs to demand an answer to, not just in the southeast but everywhere in the country. So what exactly are we talking about here? Whose interests are we protecting? The people are dying. Human beings who elected you to govern them are dying, and cattle that is serving economic interests of a few are being given priority of place in the affairs of human. For goodness sake, God is not happy with that.
So the people should rise. You know, I will say when government fails, the people should rise.
The people must rise, because you have a responsibility to protect yourself. But I must also say something to the people with the greatest respect to us. If I'm saying that cattle is damaging my farm, and at the same time I go about eating cow, buying soya, blah 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 and all that, am I not encouraging those who are killing me? I get my point.
Yeah.
So time has come when we say we cannot continue funding this bill any longer. But first of all, let us hold our government to account before now go to the next phase of issue. But right now we're going to demand, we have the right to make the demand. Governor, get this bill passed into law. Let's start from there.
Okay, now that you have just, as a way of wrapping up, now you just mentioned about the consumption of meat, which is encouraging the encroachment. Is there an alternative for our people in terms of farming and livestock?
Sure. The same thing we are saying, establish ranches. We're not even saying don't bring your cow. No, bring it, but keep them in ranches. Stay there, establish a ranch. The ranch has an abattoir, kill their cows, put them into it, then take them to the market to sell. So those who are, it's not necessarily maybe that it must be our people, but if the our people can get into it, that's fine. But the central message, whether you're from the north, from the east, from the west, or whatever, coming into the east or any other part of the country to do cattle business, please put it within a ranch. And what I will advise our people is, now that the cattle business is becoming a danger to our people, we should also find a way to get involved in the business and we teach them how to do it properly. It is done in Netherlands, it is done in South Africa, Botswana, everywhere you go, you see ranches, beautiful places. There are even communities of their own. So it's
a viable economic sector that people can invest in.
But you and I know that it's very viable, because take for instance now, for every particular weekend in Igboland, before the COVID stop, they stop celebrational events and things like that. Every weekend, several communities kill many cows to do chieftaincy title, wedding, burial, and this is a highly lucrative business. It is.
So the rearing of Igbo cows, will it come into the picture?
Good, that's a very interesting area. I can tell you personally that we've made efforts to resuscitate a few, the one they call a West African shorthorn, that became endangered. But I don't know if it was a deliberate policy to make it go extinct. Our research shows that that species is in danger of going extinct. Even the United Nations, through Food and Agriculture Organization, is interested in seeing the survival of that cow, because it's a very special species of cow. So our people should go into that business. Make our own cow to also thrive, as much as the cows from other places also thrive. They can coexist. Yes.
Thank you so much for giving us your time. It's a pleasure.
Yes.
You've seen it, you've had it. That is all you can get from it. Thank you so much for watching this far. I believe you've had it all. We are going to mobilize the 1 million march for every state. It is about you. It is not just about me. It is the people's movement, where we make our first stand. This is not the end. This is the beginning of the end of impunity in our homeland. And until the people organize themselves, until the people move like a machine, channel our anger to the right direction, nothing will change. We are the change we need. We will effect that change, and that revolution will be ignited when we make our first stand to end open grazing. If you have not responded to this call, you are not doing any good to yourself and to your society. You are doing a great disservice to our people. So what I expect you to do now is to contact the number 0810-4545-533. That is the direct line you can hit on my own. You can contact the mobilizers for this 1 million march for you to be integrated into what we are doing. 0810-420-7522, or you call 0806-098-2212. These are the numbers to call. All you are expected to do is to mobilize a minimum of 20 persons. Set up that contact, send us the contact, we communicate with them, we send them the flyers and the materials needed for this 1 million march. They are going to share the flyers on the street, because we started from the social media, we've gone to radio station. Now we need to hit the street, and through this effort, through this mobilizing that you'll be doing around your own community, between 20 to 30 persons within your community is enough to share the flyers, take the posters everywhere. Let everybody be on the same page, so that nobody will say that they are unaware of what is happening. So please, I admonish every one of you watching. It doesn't matter where you are, whether you are in Europe, Africa, or Asia, or America, anywhere you are, you can do this mobilization. Just put out a call to your people and say, identify with this movement. Send in your numbers and contact to this number that I just called, 0810-420-7522 or 0806-098-2212. These are the numbers to call. Let them identify with this struggle, with this movement for the liberation of our people. Say no to open grazing. We need to take this march to the enemy's camp. I'm signing out. Stay safe.